Hi, welcome to Happiness Matters. This is Goddess Valentina. So, we're here for another interesting, insightful message. We're going to talk about moving energy and shifting energy. And there's different components to all of this. So, let's see what we can get covered in this message. I had a situation where there were two people that I knew, and one person got deathly sick, and the other person made it all about them, and it was very disturbing to me when I was looking at this situation. And I've gotten upset about it. I've had arguments. I didn't mean to have an argument, but like disagreement, with the behavior and why we're not focusing on the person who's fighting for their life. Why are we focusing on you and, and your hatred and all of those things. And, I was doing, readings for myself to see where my energy is, to see how everything is looking. And same cards just pop up all the time, same ones. But this time when I pulled it, they were completely different. And I'm just like, whoa, 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 what's going on? And it's because I had so much anger inside of me, I was so really pissed and disgusted, and it was just disgraceful. And even though I appear to be calm, in the back of my mind, the thoughts and the scenes and the whole thing was racing in the back of my head. And it was polluting my beautiful, energy that I've been working really hard on and creating. And I said to myself, okay, let's do a test. And so the test is I journaled my feelings. And then I worked on forgiveness. That, everyone has free will to behave, to act, to say how they want. Who am I to say this person is behaving this way, so they're wrong? You know what I mean? Through my knowledge base and my studying, I've built a very high internal compass. I have high empathy, compassion, and I'm very intuitive, very sensitive to energies. And lower energies are like little gnats biting at my skin, And so I know, and so, I forgive myself for putting everyone in the same box, If you take all of those, ideologies and people should be acting this way and doing this, you create a different space, This person, and this is the situation happened. This person is behaving this way. A lot of us are behaving another way. This person has their reasons why they're behaving this way. And in that regard, that's their truth. That is how they are expressing themselves. Who am I to take that away from somebody? And who am I to impose my belief system on someone else? You know what I mean? So what I do is I forgave myself for that. And I forgave, to be kinder to myself. Why am I engaging in lower energies? You know what I mean? It was so outrageous. And this woman had a quadruple bypass. And she almost died. Her whole chest was cut open. And I could only think of the person in the hospital going through that, and her family, and doing anything to bring health and healing to her and honor her, struggle and fight. That's, where I was at, and the majority of people were at that same place, sending flowers, going to church, lighting candles, writing letters, So to see someone doing the complete opposite, it was very disturbing to me. It disturbed me so greatly, it affected my energy readings. And that was even more disturbing. So what I did was, you get the parchment paper, and you can order it online. Parchment paper, but it's the parchment paper that you write letters on, not the one in the supermarket. And I just wrote. I wrote that I release them. I release and I let go. And the one in the hospital, that person was complaining about the one who was being self-absorbed, and text and complain, and next thing you know, they're talking and FaceTiming each other. So that was kind of like, whoa, what is going on here? Like, you know what? I don't want to be a part of this murky, confusing energy with people. Like I said, everyone has their reasons for behaving the way they do, consciously or unconsciously, you know? And I have a choice. Yeah, you have a choice, and I have a choice to decide if we want to continue to engage in that circle of energy, you know, and I choose that I don't want to engage anymore. I don't want to hold any judgments, you know. I just thank you for showing me what you guys are about, and now I can make my decisions and be around more healthier individuals, people who that I can relate to, you know. That takes a lot. It takes a lot of learning and understanding how this all works. Because if I wasn't studying any of this stuff, I would have had my judgments. I would pull away, and they would know. You know, now it's just like, hey, you know, how you guys doing? You know, it's just like, I'm just neutral and generic, because you showed me what I needed to see. I don't need to go through any more dark paths with you. I don't need to give you all of my energy. You've shown me clearly what I need to see. You know, maybe it took me a little bit longer than others. You know, maybe because I'm not around them as much as other people are. But, you know, the divine has showed me, and now I see. And so once you've been shown, and once you clearly see, it is your chance and opportunity to move forward and not repeat those vicious cycles again, and not engage in that kind of activity. And so I did a forgiveness letter. I did a release and let go letter as well. And I did it during the waning moon, which is the waning moon cycle, is when you're releasing, you're letting go, you're clearing. And I say, you know what, I want to clear this energy to move space for, you know, harmony and love and bright energy and stuff, prosperity and wealth and all those things to come into my life. I want to make a space for that, because this I don't want a space for. This needs to go. And so I took it and I burned up the paper, and it disintegrated into the air. And I thought it was fantastic. And then I did a spiritual bath, and I no longer think of these things anymore. I've let it go. And when I did my readings, the cards came right back to how they were. And I said to myself, this is fantastic. So there is power in forgiveness. Forgiveness is one of the manifestation cleansing tools, you know, and it's compassion, empathy, merit. All of those things are very powerful cleansing tools. And you want to learn how to use them. And so I used the cleansing tool of forgiveness. But forgiveness in a way that I forgive myself. Because sometimes I might beat myself up. Sometimes I might be thinking of the situation for weeks on end. Even breaking down and crying sometimes, because I'm so intuitive and I feel so deeply, you know. And I'm just like, why am I going through all these changes? We all have free will. We all can do what we want to do. We all can behave how we want to behave, you know. And everyone has their lessons to be taught and to learn. And I learned my lesson in the situation, and I say, you know what, thank you. Thank you for showing up in my life. Thank you for showing me my growth, or where I need to continue to grow. You know, we have to look at these obstacles that's in our path, and we need to say, okay, this situation is really pissing me off. Why? Why is it pissing me off? Dig deeper. Go deeper. Go to the root cause of it. Is it because, you know, I don't know, but there's millions of reasons why something could be triggering you and pissing you off. It's a trigger. And the triggers deal with shadow work that has been unresolved, and you need to deal with that shadow work because it always, like pesky weeds, it always comes up. And so, in one of my cards, I was getting the moon card, and the moon card deals with shadow work, cleansing and clearing and reflection and all of those things. What is hidden, bring forth to light, all of that kind of stuff. And I have to let people be who they are. And I have to know my place in this world, my place in the game, and how to navigate through. And I have to say, the more you ascend and the more you go higher, it's very hard. It's very hard. Sorry about that, guys. It's very hard to engage in a lot of lower energy behaviors and thought processes and people with old programming. I mean, that programming, oh my God, it's so exhausting. And when you become a world traveler and when you travel to different places who are more spiritual, you'll learn so much about yourself and how much more you need to continue to grow, and how this thinking, you just want to take it off like a big heavy coat. You just want to take it off and just become lighter and more agile. And you realize, those groups and those circles become smaller. And my shaman healer told me that is one of the saddest things about spiritual work, is that people have built relationships and love people who are stuck in their ways, who are in lower energy realms. And as they ascend, they realize they're having less and less in common. And what happens is they stop growing. And that is so true. That is so true. As for me, I have to continue to grow because as a child, I always wanted to be one of those wise ones. And so the day I leave this earth, I want to know that I had a good concept of the way this universe works and the way I operate in this beautiful universe, and that my spirit energy, when it ascends, I want it to contribute to this world. I want it to be a beautiful beacon of energy that brings more positivity to the world. And that's what I'm building within myself. And so, yeah, the circle of people is getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and I'm just trying to push through that. That's the part that's a little bit tough for me. But leaving these messages, communicating to you guys, being someone here, to do to give, and to help others. People reach out to me and we have a nice conversation. I have built tools and different things I create. I have angelic water, which is distilled pure water that cleanses your energy and your aura like that. It is amazing and powerful. I work with a lot of over 150 herbs. I make different herbal cleansing, incense. I do a lot of different kinds of readings. I'm an energy reader, and that is my gift. I'm very intuitive. I'm claircognizant, clairaudient, and clairvoyant. So all of those gifts are, have been opening up as I ascend higher. And those gifts, you have the same. And it's not in a mental space. Everything you need to feel from your heart, brain, your heart energy is extremely, extremely powerful. Emotional intelligence. If you have emotional intelligence, it far supersedes regular intellect. And so I have that as well. So I'm talking to you and I'm letting you know that you guys are special, you guys are valuable, you guys are loved, you guys are cherished. And, really work on that. If you're in a disagreement, go clear energy. If you are in lower energy, clear energy. Constantly, you really want to be in a very nice state or very optimistic state. But in this life, we go through changes. and we have dark periods, and we have shadow work that we need to do, and we have people that we disagree with, and all those things. And on those times, you need to clear energy. That way, when you are focusing on manifestation, your manifestations are not blocked by these things. And this is the most that we can do. So thank you so much for listening. I'm so grateful, and welcome to Happiness Matters, and clear your energy.